Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I must apologise for my absence yesterday. I was having a major coughing and sneezing fit, and I don't think that would have recorded too well, so I just didn't make a video. So anyway, we have used 4 dies today, or we're going to be using 4 dies. And just to confuse you further, I've already used 3 dies, and I've used this one, and this one, and we're going to be using another one and making that up. But while I was having my sneezing fit, this is what we should have done yesterday, and I just wanted to show a different way of being able to use those dies. So what I did was I did a little planner page, so just to show that. I mean, if you look at the image on the website, I think this is all done in pastel pinks, and it's very, very cutesy. And I was just, a lot of people say they don't really like cute. So I just used my distress inks and a black marker and a white gel pen and just changed it a little bit. And although it's still cute, it's kind of got a little bit more meat on the bones, I think is the word to use. So that's the one that we should have done yesterday, but I did it on my own. Right, so there's 3 done. So the one that we're doing today is this one, and you can't really tell which mermaid it is because I've already cut it into lots of pieces. And we're going to be using this colour cardstock. Now, on the website again, this is done in shades of candy pink. I'm choosing yellow and black. Now, you can do your mermaids whatever colour that you want to. And the reason I'm choosing those colours is because mooching through some of my older paper pads, I came across Fish and Friends, which is a Cartabella, and I'm pretty sure I paid a couple of bucks from Tuesday morning. And if I can find the sheet of paper, I'll show you the one that caught my eye. There we go. I've already pulled it out. There's organisation. That one. Now, if you look at the colours there, they're quite strong and they're quite similar to this, which is why I chose it. But also, once again, to show the difference between cute and wanting to do your own thing, how you can change dyes. So those are the colours, as you can see. They sort of like complement those very well. And the hair is going to be in black. So I'm going to make a card base out of this, which has got the fish and the corals. I'm going to be using those 2 colours plus white because we're going to use markers for the body. And I think the eyes are blue on the website, but I'm choosing 36 cream. I don't know if that's going to show, but I'm choosing 36 cream and pale green 59, which is my Touch New markers, which I love. And those are going to be the eyes and the flesh colour. I've also got a white gel pen. I've got my pickup tool. And I'm also going to be using my Jane Davenport birthday suit palette so that I can put some blush on the cheeks. And I'm likely to go with that one. And I've got myself a tatty little brush here that's been dipped into everything, and I think that one belongs there. So there's a bit of organisation. Now, these palettes are fabulous. If you find them, get them. Now, they were on sale at Spellbinders this time last year, and they were only $5. I have seen them on eBay, people asking $20 or $30. Now, if you wanted to pay that much, you could, obviously. It's your money and your choice. But personally, I wouldn't, but they will last you for life. I mean, they really will. You only ever use such a little bit for what you're doing, and they're also great for doing foamy round flowers. Right, so I'm going to be using that palette. Right, so the first thing I need to do is go and do some die cutting, cut my card base, and I will be right back. Right, so die cutting is done. I've done my card base, and this is 6¼ inches. So it's a 6-inch sheet of decorative paper, and then a 1/4 inch overhang there on my white cardstock. So that's my card base. And while I was gone, I also printed myself a sentiment which says sending oceans of love. That's going to be popped up on some foam, and that's just going to break up the busyness of the backgrounds there. And these are my bits that I've cut. So as you can see, if I get in close, you'll probably be able to see the details a lot better. Let's find my camera. Ooh, it's all weird. Don't know what my settings are there. But anyway, you've got little lines in the hair there. I may pause and go away in a minute and see if I can't see that a bit better. You've got all the fish scales on the tail. So all of that is yellow instead of pink. The hair is black instead of, I think it's kind of a charcoaly purple, and dark blue on the website. And there are all the different layers of eyes. We're going to colour those. And this is a little detail that I absolutely love. Those are the sort of eyelash eyelids, which is quite unusual. I haven't seen it done that way before. And then you've got the little seashells, which are the earrings. So those are cute. Well, when I say earrings, one part goes on the bodice and the other part, because there's only one ear, so you do get a little seashell earring. Right, I'm just going to pop some foam pads on there, pop it on my card, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done that and it's popped up on foam pads, as you can see there. If I tick that, so we've got a little bit of dimension there, and it just breaks up the busyness of that background. You can see the pattern, I think, a little bit more clearly now. But there we go, sending oceans of love. So that's going to be the base for the mermaid. Right, now into the mermaid, I've got my small little scruffy mat here. And we need to colour the face, the body, and I'm going to pick up the parts of the eyes so that you can see the bits that need colouring here. Now, I am using a really old pickup tool. I keep looking at my brand new ones over there in the pot, and I'm thinking, no, they're still like 4 or 5 inches to mess around with there, so I'm not really going to do anything. And then this bit is green, and then this bit is supposed to be black. So I will actually get a black marker to do those after. I forgot, I should have cut them in my black cardstock, but you know, we all make errors. So first of all, we're going to do the body and the cheeks. Now, as I said, I'm using my Touch New ink cream, and I'm using the brush tip. This is my Amazon heavyweight cardstock. It's not any special, you know, colouring card or anything like that. So here we go, and I hope that you can see. So I'm just going in and I'm going wet edge to wet edge. So just round and round in circular motions as quickly as you can. And that is the best way to use an alcohol ink marker, so that you don't get lines. And then let it dry before you go in and start trying to do anything else. Because of course, when you're using a cardstock that isn't a colouring cardstock, your ink is, you know, soaking all the way through, and it's quite a thick cardstock, so you're getting a lot of saturation. So the next thing you do now is you go over the whole thing again, and this time you should get evenness of colour while you're still working on a little bit of damp cardstock. Do you see that? You've got a solid colour now. Now, some of these are shaded, and that's okay with me, because I'm actually going to go in with this and just go underneath so that I've got some shade there. And I think I'm also going to have a bit of shade here just to tickle, maybe a little bit there. And then I'm just going to go along the waistbands where the tail's going to go. And a lot of that might end up being covered up by the fishtail anyway, but you could end up with a little bit, you know, just kind of peeking through. So I've got some shadow and shade down there. Now her hair is going to go on her head, obviously, and we need to figure out exactly where that hair goes. And then we've got these two pieces, which are the hair buns, which will go underneath there. So that's kind of going to go like that. So then I can figure out, you know, roughly where the hair is going to shade to. And you can, while you want to, just tickle around that edge. That's even before gluing it down. See, I've got a shadow there. I hope you can see it. And then I'm going to go for, yeah. See, it looks odd now, but the more layers you put on with alcohol ink, the darker it's going to get. And that is an atrocious image. So I'm just going to do a little touch just around the jawline, because you can bring your characters to life. Right, now move the hair out of the way. And she's going to have some blush. Now, I think on the website, the blush is coming down from the eyes. And so it's a good idea to put it on now before gluing the eyes on. And these palettes can be notoriously difficult to open. So I think I'm going to go with a slightly darker pink, and you only have to tap it. And then I'm going to test it on this bit here. Right, okay. I'm kind of figure out where. I think I'm going to go into the eyelash region and up to the ears. So if you're getting all your pink down before you do your eyes, it just looks a lot tidier. And I think I need a little bit more on my brush. I'm always cautious because, of course, it being chalk, you can sometimes pick up more than you want onto your applicator and end up with cheeks a little bit too bright. Right, I'm going to go with that, I think. Kind of like the way that sweeps up there. So that's what she looks like with her bit of blush at the moment. Right, now for the eyes, we need glue. And I hope that it's going to work. Right, okay, that's not bad. And I'm going to do a dot of glue there. You can see it's quite a large dot, but it's going to spread out. I'm just moving my palette out of the way. Right, here we go. Just use your pickup tool and then just pop the eye down. It's right, it's just vanishing. So we've got the eyes there now, so we're starting to build up character. Now, while those bits are drying there, I'm going to do the green of the eyes. So you've got this, and you will colour the whole thing in green. It's really easy. So I'm just going to use my finger here just to hold it in place. There we go. And now that we've got that, just push the head in again. And just a little bit this time, smaller blobs. Pick up tool again. And we're just placing on the green bits. So we've got that. Now I'm just going to pause a second while I get my black marker to do the pupils. Right, so this is known as 120 black in the Touch New brush markers. So those are coloured in. And I will clean my mat up in a second. I'm getting all sorts of yuck on my fingers. So small blob again. She says this is where it gets blocked. I'm going to give it a squeeze and see what happens. No, got to go and get a needle and poke it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Right, I've just given it a good poke and it should work now. So now we're going in with the pupils, which makes it nice and easy. So I'm just going to move there a second. I might need to pick this up to make sure that I've got them in the right place. So now we've got some pupils on there, and I'm going to lift her. Make sure we've covered those lines, because you can see it's got lots of embossing detail. So we need to squash those down, and I've moved that one while squashing it. So I'm just going to push that back. There we go. Right. I'm just going to clean my mat and I'll be right back. Now, just before I put these little eyelashes on here, I'm just going to highlight the pupils of the eyes. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. So now she's got a little bit of life in those eyes. And I'm going to have to move her down just a little bit so I can see. Make sure I've got a good flow of glue for popping down the eyelashes. And we want to go just off on the edge of the eyeballs. I'm going to show you how much glue I've actually put down there, and I hope that you can see. Got all kinds of weird weather going on at the moment. It's been really hot and dry and dusty, hence my coughing and sneezing. Right, the curly bits will go to the outers, so I'm going to pop those down so that you're able to see, just in case you get this and then you want to come back and pause the video so you can see how I did it. So I'm going to pick that eyelash up and I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to move it around with my fingers in a second. But I just need to get it on to begin with. Right, let's get them in the right place. I'm just going to hold that there. I want them. It's amazing actually how something can change the character and appearance of something with tiny little details like that. She looks really sweet. And now I'm going to stick on the top piece of hair, and I can see where my shadow line is, so I know that I can get some glue into this region. And I'm going to pop her hair on. Let's have a look. And move her around. I'm going to go with that. And then she's got her little sort of bunched up ponytaily bits that go there. And normally what I do is I will just pop my glue down and then just pick up the largest element, of course, which is the head, and stick them on. So I'm kind of looking at the shape there. Move that to there. And I'm going to go with that. And I'm going behind the ear here. that's probably it. So now we've got the hair, the eyes, and we need to do the body. So that's got to be glued on. I don't go right to the edges because I don't want it to all squidge out. So there she's got her yellow top. And as I said, you know, on the website, it's all in kind of candy pink and charcoaly purpley blue. But if you've got a particular background paper that you want to match it to, then just make it whichever colour you choose. That's the best way to do it. And of course she's got her little shell earring, which I'm going to pop right there. So there's her little shell. I think she's really sweet. She's got a great expression. Now, there is a nose that comes with this, but I kind of like the nose that it's got. And I'm quite happy to... let's see how close we can go. Ah, there we go. Can you see she's got a little nose and little lips? I can get a little bit of marker or pencil and make the lips pink, but I kind of like that nose. I mean, this one is a tiny little dot. I will pick it up and you can put it on there, and yeah, I'd rather do without it. You use it if you want to. That's all I'm saying. And then, of course, the next thing is the tail. So, got to bring the tail in. And got to get the tail right, actually, because I'm pretty sure it goes there. I may be completely wrong, and it could be that it just goes. So now it's kind of like deciding how you want it. Personally, I like that. So she's kind of like just relaxing, laid back. So yeah, I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to just pop a glue line along there. Take my towel right to the edge of her body. Think about how she's going to sit near that sentiment. I'm going to go with that. Right, I'm just going to let that dry and I'll be right back. Right, so that's had sufficient drying time. And the next thing is the tail. And the tail's pretty much going in that area where I just had it. So I imagine she's kind of sitting down near the sentiment, and I'm going to have my tail there. Right, that needs to dry just for a sec, and I'll be right back to put the foam pads on the back. Right, so there she is, all nice and dry. And I've got the base of my card. I've got fluff on there. I'm always getting a little bit of something on something. But if I flip her over there, you can see she's an absolute mess behind. Aren't we all? And I'm just going to pop the pads on. Now, I want her to be kind of semi-sitting on the sentiment. So I will exercise caution when placing foam pads. Now, I hope I didn't go off edge there. No, let me have a look. So I have to hold things close to myself. And then I'm going to just put one in there. See, she's got that little bit of space at the bottom. And then I'm just going to pop one on the tail. See if that will fit. And if not, I will have to get underneath with my scissors. Yeah, I think that will do. And of course, just peel the backs off. And while I'm doing that, I do thank you so much for joining me today. And I just think it's a nice way to show that you can have different ways of doing things with different dyes. Now, if you wanted to go mad and put all your starfish and your corals and stuff onto something like that, you could absolutely do it. And I've got plenty of space there to put jellyfish or anything that I want to do. But I just love that. I mean, really, apart from me running around and getting me glue bottles stuck and what have you, it's a card that you can make in half an hour. So I love her little eyelashes. But then just a comparison that from the same set and just as cute that you can do a planner page that is totally different. I've used very same colours as you can see, got all the oranges and the blues going on, a little bit of reddy pink, but it just looks so different. Right. Once again, I thank you so much for watching. We're going to be up with the pirate tomorrow because I know somebody asked for the pirate. And then it's going to be into my personal haul and another new personal haul to share. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Have an absolutely awesome day. And as usual, all links below. Bye.